Okay.
There we go.
You ready?
Yes.
So is this here at EGX?
It is. It's right here, actually, on the PlayStation stand. So you should go and play it. This is the exact same demo you can play.
Amazing.
And we're going to do scenario mode. So let's take you through that one.
Okay.
There
I like
it
that
is.
it's got a time limit built in
Yeah.
so that me and you can't just sit here and end up talking about
it's fine. I
JRPGs.
turned that off. Don't you worry. I thought, I'm up with Hollie. I'm going to turn that off. No problems. So we've got as much time as we need.
So, Tales of Berseria. What mothership title? What number are we on now?
16. This is number 16.
Oh my god.
I know.
Really?
Not including spin-offs. This is 16 is the main title. So it's cool.
It's always good.
Always
to see
starts
more
with a lovely
Tales.
cutscene.
Love to see Tales coming to the West.
Yeah. And this one's a particularly good one. It's specifically just for the PS4. And normally, obviously, we've done PS3 and PS4, but this one, it's just for the PS4. And it's absolutely gorgeous.
It really is.
Coming early 2017 for all those Tales fans that want to go out and pre-order right now. You're very welcome to.
No date just yet then? You're not
No
like,
date just yet, but if I was
can't.
like super early, super early 2017?
Super
like
early.
super early
Okay, we'll
2017.
take what we can get.
Yeah, it's all good. So, we've triggered a little skit. So you'll recognise these.
Yeah, I love a skit.
Yeah, I remember a good skit. And obviously these are a bit of a staple of the Tales of franchise. Anyone that's ever played them is going to be like, I remember this, and their main purpose is just to, you know, give you backstory, build on the character relationships, and so you can really get to know each of their little traits. And
I mean, these are optional if people just do
Yeah.
want to charge through with the story. But really, Tales of has always been about its skits. This is really where you learn about the characters, really where you fall in love with them as well.
And like you say, you can skip them because you get lots of opportunities and they build on different bits, whether it's characters or world building, and as you kind of go through, you can choose. This one, without kind of being able to hear them, you maybe miss a little bit of the charm, but this one's okay. We'll just... basically,
love the
Maggie Lou
art.
is teaching Lafayette a little spell because he's a bit nervous. He's not sure about this dungeon. It's a bit dark. It's a bit dreary, and he's not 100% convinced. But she's a bit of a prankster, so she's really going to drag it out, make him work for it.
Aww.
And bless his little cons, he's so young that he's going to go
for
with
it,
it.
yeah.
He's like, whatever you say, I'm going to totally do it. And it's all the enthusiasm. And then she's going to turn around and shut him down. So mean.
Tales series, like, it's always had a most beautiful art style as well.
They do.
And it's seeing it on PS4 actually, it's surprising how much further you can take things.
Yeah, and absolutely. I mean, for a real anime manga fan, it's absolutely beautiful, and obviously all the amazing anime cutscenes, all done by Ufotable and everything. You know, they did Fate Stay Night, and they're a wonderfully well-renowned studio.
Those openings with the opening songs.
Yeah. Oh my God!
That's some
And
of
we've
my
got
favourite.
Burn this time round, and it's absolutely amazing. You can kind of watch that on our YouTube channel. So, as I said, they kind of have, because this is a demo, you're going to get a little battle tutorial. I'm just going to talk to you about the Liberation Motion Battle System, which kind of
We
does
were
what it says
chatting
on the
about
tin,
this,
yeah.
weren't we? So the Tales series, you know, like Final Fantasy is turn-based, and that's really, as we grew up, that's what we all connected to it.
Oh my God.
The motion battle system, or is it evolved into the LMB, the linear motion battle system, for Tales series is its staple. And then every game adds a little bit of something to the LMB. But it's a free roaming, especially now it's in 3D, it's the free roaming battle.
And I think what's really lovely about it is that obviously in a classic JRPG you've got a turn-based battle system, so that can maybe slow the pace down a little bit. Tales really keeps the pace nice and quick, kind of makes you think, makes you very strategic. We've got lots of different moves you can do. So this one's actually going to show you Break Soul. And Break Soul is your sort of berserk mode. So here's Velvet, she's just going to go into Break Soul. And it's a Therion form. She actually will do a different type of Break Soul depending on the enemy she's fighting.
Yeah.
And this kind of just allows you to go berserk. You've got extra strength, you take less damage, defense is high.
Cool.
It's obviously got a limited time, but it'll get you out of a really tricky spot, especially if you're surrounded by enemies.
This is so cool.
And it looks great.
I've always loved the pace of the Tales systems, because we always talk about it, but Ni no Kuni.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like one of our
Which is our
favourites.
baby.
Because I was working on that when I was working on Tales over at Namco, and it was just like the difference in like pace was just incredible.
It makes a big, big difference. And like I say, it does allow you to be a little bit more strategic. So you could choose to activate that Break Soul at a really critical time, or you could choose to go into a whole heap of enemies. I think I've missed something. Look at that.
There it is.
I haven't missed it. And obviously, as you're going around the world, you're collecting items. I'll give you a quick.
I love the gels. Apple
So there you
gels.
go. Oh yeah, the many, just a quick snapshot of all the many things you can pick up on the way around. But yeah, I mean, it keeps the battles really, really fast, which, you know, if you're a big fan of JRPGs, and I certainly am myself, and I know you are as well, Hollie, it's a lot of hours. And sometimes,
many hours.
Sometimes you're like, oh, I wish this would go faster, but Tales always keeps it really nice and fast, so you're not bogged down by it, which is great. So another Apple Jar.
It's just amazing to see more and more of them coming to the West, and the way, I suppose, Namco and people like Baba-san reacted to kind of the unified Tales community, especially in Europe.
Yeah.
It's just incredible, and it just goes a long way to show that it really matters to them.
It does, definitely. And they love seeing, you know, people from all over the world playing their games and enjoying them. So yeah, for them it's totally worth the effort, and certainly something they love to do to bring them over to these Western audiences.
I mean, Baba-san especially, he's the director for this one, for the Tales series. He is Mr. Tales series.
He is Mr. Tales.
He's probably one of the kindest, most genuine I think I've ever met, especially when I've been in the industry.
Really enthusiastic, really passionate. So we've got a cat's box.
Right.
But I only have 20. I need 8. I need 25. I've got 8 cat spirits, so I guess I got more adventuring to do. No, it's not. Try harder.
Come on.
Yeah, more adventuring, please. More cat spirits required. So classic sort of things. So just in case anyone's wondering what a cat spirit are, these are cat spirits.
I did wonder what the collectibles were.
Yeah, so cat spirits. So in every level, you're going to get one of those cat boxes, which is going to give you some super goodies by the end of it.
We like goodies.
We like
opening
goodies.
Treasure chests.
Yeah, so we've got a little bit of a puzzle. I've opened a door. Got to now find the door again. I'm sure that'll be totally fine.
I think we can find that.
I think we can find that door. I think we'll be alright.
That.
Scroll to yeah. Okay, I think we can find that.
It is worth remembering this is a demo build, so it is made for like shows where people don't have time to sit and play a game for like 3 hours to discover the mechanics.
Yeah, and because it's a demo, you're obviously getting this is at a point in the game. Yeah. Maybe it's early on, maybe it's middle, maybe it's towards the end, but obviously everything's set up so that it's super easy to play and you'll be able to get a real feel for it.
Now, without really spoiling anything, can you give us a bit of an idea where we are with story? Because again, like other JRPG series like Final Fantasy, they're all independent of each other.
Yeah.
So you can just pick up doesn't matter if you've played Tales of Grace's F or Xillia or Abyss, you could pick up a series and just go.
Complete, so every single Tales story stands entirely on its own. And so for this one, we've got our very first solo female protagonist.
Yay!
We obviously had Milla and Jude in Xillia, but now we've got Velvet. She's our leading lady. And Big Devil, there she is. And for this is totally about her story, and it's a slightly darker story because it's very much focusing on her tale of revenge, in all honesty, and sort of that burning desire to get revenge for some very, very horrible misdeeds that were done to her in her past. And as she goes through her journey, she's sort of, in a classic way, picking up a ragtag crew of people with their own motivations.
It's amazing how you can do that, isn't it?
Yeah,
lots of mercenaries that just want to be with you.
And they've all. I think what's quite nice about this one is I'm not going to spoil anything, I promise. But knowing some of the characters as I do, some of their motivations are not what they appear, but also could be a little bit detrimental if Velvet doesn't keep her wits about her. And her big thing is she's a slave to her emotion, and she's surrounded by these very logical. Her enemies in it are called the Abbey, and they believe in logic and reason, and that's the way to govern. And Velvet's very much about her emotions. She's following her heart. She's following this burning desire for revenge. So she's got to be careful not to get herself into trouble. Temper it maybe with a bit of both.
I always find those types of stories especially just are very much in line with the Tales series and how it likes to portray itself as well. It's I don't want to say classic, but it's really how it feels. It belongs to a Tales series, that story.
Absolutely, and I think the nice thing about it is it's something we all understand.
Yeah.
You know, we've all had that moments where we've maybe let our emotions run away with us a little bit, and so we can sympathise with Velvet, we can empathise with her and how she feels and what she's going through. So
now all of these people are in the battle at once?
All these people are in the battle at once, yeah. I mean, I can actually switch to any character, so I can switch to Laphicet, Rokuro, that's Elena, and I can just go through and utilise any of their attacks. If I've got a particular fighter that's going to be more effective against an enemy, I can choose them.
Yeah, to make sure that it's definitely being done.
Absolutely. And I can actually trigger something called a switch blast, which I'll hope to do the next time we have a battle. I've done it once or twice, but I wasn't talking about it at the time, which is where you basically just select in another character and they come in and use a really big sort of super move. And then it's a really good opportunity if you're very low on your blast gauge, which is.
I was about to say, it's like, come on. That is, I know plenty well that if a wall's got a crack in it, it can be destroyed.
Absolutely. I mean, that wasn't too obvious, but the cat spirit there and everything, just in case you missed it. But if you get really low on your blast gauge, which is the number of effectively maybe tokens that you can use in your linear motion battle system, you can use the switch blast, which is going to bring in another character. They'll have their full blast gauge absolutely ready to go, and they actually get one more token. So by bringing them in, you actually give them extra moves to hit, and a great opportunity to get yourself out of a tricky spot if you are in one, which obviously I have not been yet on this demo. I mean, obviously everything's fine. I haven't.
I'm in control.
Yeah, I've got it. It's fine. I haven't played it 18 times in a row. It's all good. So, I
like to just sit, you're in the Namco office and all you do is play the same demo build.
Just in the boardroom and people walking past going, I'm sure she's done that already. She's not getting very far. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. So, back up the stairs because I think we've worked out where that other door is now.
I think we're feeling
fairly. I think at least it explains. Sort of everyone's so fit and healthy. It's constantly running up and down stairs.
I could barely run for the bus.
I had to run across the car park to get here.
Yes, you did. Barely made it on time for today's presentation.
Yeah, traffic was a murder. Don't have that problem in a Tales game. Actually, on the big main. So if you do choose to play the demo and you decide to play a battle mode, you'll be able to unlock the Geo board, which is effectively a hoverboard, and it's just so cool, so cool. And that allows you to traverse the world nice and quickly on this amazing hoverboard. I'm very jealous. I want one. I'm a bit sad they haven't yet been invented.
I can't get over how nice it is to see the Tales series again.
It's gorgeous. I mean, the voice acting is, so I put the English voiceover on. You can obviously have Japanese as well, but the voice acting is absolutely brilliant. And it really adds to the characters. They're all very unique. They're all very, very well sort of shaped, and they have, like I say, their own motivations, things they're doing for their own reasons. And this is quite a cute little skit because it's actually explaining the relationship between Laphicet and Eleanor. So Laphicet is a Malak. Right. Which means that he's effectively kind of like a tool. He's a magical entity, and they will use him to use moves and attack. And so he has a bond with Eleanor, which is very, very unique.
Right.
But it kind of goes against everything Velvet stands for. She's about freedom and your emotions. And because he's just sort of this emotion, he's tied to her. He's there as a tool. He doesn't get to make his own choices, and she 100% doesn't agree with that. But she also doesn't entirely get their relationship and how important it is. So this is her making a bit of a misstep and getting a little slap on the wrist by those that do know. So she wants to know what his true name is, and he's just trying to explain, I can't tell you that. That's private. That's between me and my person I'm in a contract with, who's Eleanor. But look at her, she's so fired up. Calm, it's all right, Velvet, it's all right.
And I can't tell you anyway.
He can't tell her.
Well, you don't have to get so worked up about it.
And it's kind of interesting because all the characters are on that scale, somewhere between that very emotional self and that very logical, reasonable self. And it's interesting you say that all Tales games stand alone, because they do, but anyone that has played Berseria might recognise Eisen, our 1,000-year-old pirate. So yeah, I won't say anything more about that. But this is the only one that sort of, I think, gives it a bit of a nod, wink, wink.
There's a good nod. I mean, a couple of them have
had that, yeah, and sort of very self-aware. But this one's a little bit more connected, which is nice. So
I do love that it has the Japanese voices as an option because, again, that's something the Tales community went through. Originally, the games weren't coming over with it. They were very passionate about it.
Yeah.
When we were at Namco, we fed it back, and then they made that going forward. That's become something because the fans wanted it.
Yeah, and it's really important because also, if you're a big fan of Japanese culture and JRPGs in general, you want that really authentic experience, and you're still going to get that.
Yeah.
So yes, we now have enough cat spirits. Oh no, you can't see him because I'm standing in the wrong place. He's so cute. Basically, a little chap pops out and he's got cat's ears on. He's going to spray me in glitter and confetti, which is lovely. Oh,
that would be why that treasure chest looks adorable.
Adorable. He's got a little tiny onesie on. He's got little cat ears, and it's all like, oh, here's some treasure. And I'm like, yeah.
What did we just get from that treasure chest?
So we got a lizard's tail, which is going to allow us to escape in battle if we're in a really tricky place. Okay. So you're getting a sort of that really rare, high-quality item. And we also got a big boost of consumables, which I'm not saying that clearly there's something more we have to do. I don't know. Let's have a look. So I got a stone. I've got the chalice. We know that the chalice... Can I put the stone in the chalice?
Yeah.
You set the jewel and burn away the fire
That's what we're looking
open
for.
the door. Where was it? Let me Okay. So yeah, this
Come on.
the final door. A final door in the dungeon. Okay.
It's like you're a professional.
I know. It's like I've done this before at some point.
Once or twice.
Once or twice. So here we go.
You ready?
Yeah, I think I'm ready. I've got my extra consumables. I'm ready. Let's do this. You know, another really beautiful, all obviously in engine, but cutscene.
Well, it wiped out the
It's the art
security
style, like,
for
'cause
us.
again, I'm an anime fan, and it's a lot of what I grew up watching, and it just looks like, yeah,
But it's that really high quality, really, really excellent, and very stylistic, because obviously they're so well known
Yeah.
for the way they look and their watercolor
by Priestesses.
front covers and things. They're beautiful artwork. So
Then that makes this demon.
Yeah, she must be the missing.
this is the missing priestess of the temple. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
She doesn't look right at all. Okay, I'm ready. Let's do this.
Don't let me
Okay.
down now.
Oh my god, the pressure. That's a bit of break soul.
So this is your berserk mode,
Right
right?
there, and a switch over, switch blast, bring Eisen in. He's gonna be able to. He's actually out of ammo as well, so I'm gonna switch to not Laphicet. I love you, Laphicet, but no.
Not today.
But not today. So we're gonna go rogue through with his double blades. A lot of time for him. One boss, fast enemies, lots of
This is so
destruction.
fast.
It is fast. Let's see if I can activate another. Yeah, bring Velvet in. If I can.
It's
Nailed it.
ridiculous how much of a professional you are.
Yes, we've done
You
it!
just made that look
I
ridiculous.
was, yeah, but it's not obviously so pro. But there we go. We have defeated the boss of the temple. And after every battle, you kind of get this little moment. Again, they exchange witticisms,
Yes,
jokes,
classic Tales.
and you get to get a little bit more about the characters. So I know when I press this button,
Yeah.
back to the start screen.
Oh, I mean, and look at the up. But then again, if you're a Tales fan, that
Yeah.
watercolor art style
It means a
is
lot.
so classic, and for the fans,
It's a big deal. I think
it's a really big deal.
I can think kind of, it's one of those things because obviously this narrative is actually quite dark and it's quite extreme, but you see that watercolor and you just know that you're on really safe ground, you're in
Yeah,
a good,
it's a Tales
safe
game.
territory. You know you're going to get an excellent game. So that was Tales of Berseria. It's on PS4. It's available right now on the PlayStation
Yes.
booth and you can play it. You can play the bits that I haven't shown you, so battle mode and maybe a couple of other options. And coming early,
Super early.
2017.